fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Himanshi and I'm here to inspire you guys to live more creatively. Hit the subscribe button for videos every single week on DIY, home decor and macrame. This week DIY video, it was all about flipping trash into treasure. In case you guys have not seen the video, please do check out after this video. And in today's video, we are creating some DIY and I thought I would challenge myself and try out something that I've been really eyeing on in stores and there in my wish list for a long time. For less money obviously, and I'll make this DIY as cost effective as possible. So let's get started to the first project.
Hello from VoiceOver Himanshi. For this project, I am using a 5-inch mirror. I got this from my local craft store. You can also find similar one at any online store. And to go along with that, I've got a 5-inch embroidery hoop to form the eye shape. So I'm just going to use the outer part of the hoop and save the inner part for a future project. So first, I'm marking it off to create the perfect eye shape. You can also cut it in half since this is just in a rough shape to start. To cut it in half, I'm using my sharp cutter. You can also use hacksaw, which you can find in any hardware store. Right now, I'm just going to cut it at no particular angle, but you'll see later on that I'm going to adjust where I want to cut, just to ensure that everything fits together perfectly. Once that's all cut, I'm going to try and place together my eye shapes. This gives me a better idea of where I need to make cuts. So I'm just going to lay the pieces on top of each other to create more cut lines. This time and around, I'm going to mark off the exact angle so that the piece will fit together perfectly. I think this part is super crucial just to make sure that we have a clean look and a little bit of trial and error. So I'm gonna go back and forth to make that all my cuts are perfect. And now you will see that when I try to fit them together, the two pieces should lay perfectly to create the eye shape. Now it's time for the eyelashes. So I'm using the 12-inch dowels from the online store for this part. I'm going to roughly mark how long I think it should be. The bottom eyelashes are about 4 inches. So I'm just going to mark it off as creating 4 eyelashes per dowel. And for the top, once I made those 7 inches, but then I changed my mind and made the upper one shorter. So that's what you will see in the next few clips. And again, I'm just going to cut these all out with my cutter. I have seen this mirror in so many different designs on Pinterest, and this eye mirror is so trendy too. So feel free to make it as long as you like it. Also, let me know what kind of projects you guys would like me to do in future videos. I love getting your inputs and feedback. So leave me a comment down below with your ideas. So after all the pieces are cut out, I'm just going to sand them out with sandpaper, and I want this to be as smooth as possible. First, I'm going to space them out evenly. And then in this clip, there are actually 6 dowels, but I ended up doing 7 eyelashes on the top and the bottom. Now all the pieces are ready to be assembled. So I'm using hot glue stick for this project. It just ensures that everything bonds together really securely. So I'm going to lay the mirror face down right onto the hoop. Then I'm going to add the glue right on top of that. And it just works out so much better. Not only does the glue actually stays better, but it also a lot cleaner as well. Also, don't mind the reflection in the mirror. It's always so hard to film in mirror. So if you see something, it's most likely the arm that I used to film. And then to glue the outer part, I'm just going to keep it upside down. This just ensures that all the edges in the front are leveled, and that way, and we don't have to mess with any more glue. And here you will see that I'm adhering the middle part first, so working on the top one and then the bottom one, and then I'm going to glue each edge down, and after gluing the edges I'm just going to secure them with some masking tape. And before moving to the next part, I'm just going to clean up the hot glue that seems that, and I think just super important to do for a more professional look. So initially I'm so going to use my cutter to cut off the dried glue edges and just work so perfectly for a clean edge. Then without squeezing the hot glue gun, I'm just going to use the hot tip to remelt the edges of the glue. This is a great trick if you ever feel like you have too much of glue in there and then you need to smooth it out. So now we are good to go for the next step, and for the middle dial, I actually measured that one out of the rest of them. I'm just going to eyeball it. Each one of the towel just need one small bead of hot glue, and then I just held it down super tight, starting it with the middle one. Then I'm gluing the two outer dowel on each edge, and then that way I can just eyeball the remaining two in between. And I'm just going to repeat this to the bottom part as well. Finally, you can add some glue or double tape or even picture hanging strips. Like I used double tape on the back of this to hang it all up, and oh my gosh guys, I think this came out so good considering that I spent under 150 bucks to create this. I think it looks amazing. It's going to look so good as a part of a gallery wall or just leaning it up against the wall or on a shelf. I'm so happy with how this came out, and I think this project almost like have bought the wall art from the store. It was challenging to cut and all, but I'm so really happy with it. Let's get into our second project. So for the second DIY, we have an empty soft drink bottle here and some disposable takeout and food containers for this project. We are going to create some planters and pots by creating molds with these items. So starting with a soft drink bottle, I just cleaned it and cut it to create a wider opening to pour cement in then. I'm using cement which is called craft cement, which I got from the nearest DIY store. You can also find this in any online store. You can also use all-purpose cement as well, which we will find in any hardware local store. Since I found this in this store, I picked it up, but I bought this in a very small quantity. It's a grey base, but you can also find other brands that sell white concrete as well. Using one of the other takeout containers, I'm going to pour in some water just a little bit at a time for this. I'm not doing any exact measurement here, but what I've learned online is that it's roughly a 4:1 ratio of the cement to water. But essentially the goal here is to create the thick idli batter like consistency for a mixture. So I'm just mixing in little bit of the cement and a little bit of water at a time until I get it just right. Now it's at a perfect consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and create a marble effect, and I'm just pouring in some white acrylic paint, and then you basically just want to very loosely mix this to create a marble look. So you don't want it to blend it too much, otherwise it would just completely color it. So to create a marble look, we are just going to stir it lightly, and here I will add some black acrylic paint too. Before pouring it into my container, I will apply some cooking oil, and this is just going to help us pop it out later. So I put the mixer right at the bottom of the bottle. at this stage, I'm going to add some gold leaf flakes on the sides of the bottle. So ensure that you don't add in the center but on the sides. Add as per your requirement and the look that you want. Now I will pour some more cement, and then I basically just place one of my plastic cups in the middle and push it straight down. Add enough mixer for the size you wish. Keep the cup in the center so that we get the proper shape and center for that. I'm going to tape it down by using masking tape here. Before we let it set, I just tapped it all around the sides of the bottle on the table to release some of the air bubble, letting it set aside. And now you will notice that as it's curing, it will actually become burning hot and that it will cool down as it hardens. And that was really a cool feature that I didn't know will happen. And I also ended up adding some weight to it later. So after around 12 hours approx, probably you can keep it for long as well for resting, but I kept for almost 12 hours. Now it is ready to go. To take it out from my DIY mold, I just use a pair of scissors to cut them out. And later I found it easy to pop out of the mold since we specially applied cooking oil in the beginning. So remove the cup and keep it aside. The next thing I'm doing is just sanding the top lip of the planter for a smooth edge. So I just moved it around in small circular motion right on the top of the sandpaper, and it was ready to go. I will give inside part of the pot a glossy finish, and I think that makes the contrast of the color really stand out. So if you want your colors to be a bit more vibrant, I would definitely recommend adding on a glossy finish. Now I'm gonna let that dry and our pot is complete. The cement planter is so much fun. I really love that you can use so many techniques to create a unique look. And it's even better that we are able to create more out of this soft drink bottle and reuse this, which would have ended up in the trash anyways. This marble planter is seriously so cute. I love the little legs that were created from the soft drink bottle. The whole purpose of taking the soft drink bottle was to create the legs at the bottom of the planter, which gives a whole grip to the planter. This is such a trendy look. This can be used for so many things, from makeup to paintbrush to jewelry and craft supplies. Like, so many ideas from just one single DIY. But you guys know me, of course. I'm putting plant here, and I think a new obsession with cement is coming on. I can't wait to experiment even more with the items you can find around you without spending anything.
I'm so happy with both the projects and how it came out. It really looks so good and professional. It feels like I've bought these from the stores. I really can't take my eyes off. And you know, I made this in just less than 500 bucks to create this DIY. Okay, so I wanted to share with you all one more time. I'm so proud of this piece, and I really want you guys to try out this project. It was really fun to create this art, and it was definitely challenging, and I'm planning to do more such challenging art in my coming videos. In case if you guys have any new requests for new DIYs for me to try out in my coming videos, please do mention in the comments down below. And if you guys like this video, please give a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and give a follow to my Instagram page. I have lots of exciting content to share with you guys in my coming videos. For now, thanks for watching, stay inspired, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.